enjoy the show. I want to see too.
Lugnutz, somebody's been watching Doctor Strange. It's a back end only a mother could love. Oh, holy shit, did somebody not pay the bill? I mean, what are they gonna do? Charge the dog? There's no bidet in the minivan. You wanna take your date to a prominent van? Yeah, your van.
7-speed automatic transmission.
Bum, 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 bum.
Drive on Lugnutz.
Fuck it. Don't rate it, and let's do it live.
Yes.
We are the Purge Hangers Wall Hangers Media Network. This is the Lugnutz podcast number 111.
Wow.
In the media network, man. We are the
111.
I'm Matthew Bucarell, the Madman. This is Stephen Bucarell, Big Brother. And, of course, you can find us here on pjnwh.com, where you can find all of our great stuff, and as well as our new advertiser, Caitlin Carezzi, over at Carezzi Real Estate Team, located at 1400 North Providence Road in Media. They serve all of your real estate needs for PA, New Jersey, and Delaware. So we will hear more about them later. And you can find more about us right here with Triforce Podcast. Last podcast was Space Tick, hashtag not my virus. And then last week's Lugnutz was Jumpy Multi-Space Vidan. And then if you have a luggy or nutty comment or question or concern, you can go ahead and contact us. Leave us your name, what your email and your message is, and then you could always find us on the social media handles and contact us there as well. So, what are we getting into in the automotive news here, sir?
This week we have a whole bunch of fantastic stories that start with Kia's Up Punch. A dog drives a Buick, Infinity's red spot, and a strange concept quintuplet.
Very interesting.
Oh,
and
Infinity's red sport, not spot.
So does it have a giant red spot on it? Like, is it going to be...
I don't think so. I think I just don't know how to read my own handwriting. Or write my own handwriting. We can start with Kia.
Oh, not this story. We already talked about that one. Nope, that's Triforce. There we go. We'll start with it.
COVID-19's a thing you're not going to hear here. This is all about the Kia Telluride, how the Kia punches up and delivers so much more than the price. They have a number of things that debuted at Fashion Week 2018.
I didn't know that you showed Kias at Fashion Week.
Yes, apparently this one they did. They said the leather upholstery, there's multiple options. In the leather upholstery, it's quality leather upholstery. They have the second row, has plenty of leg room, USB chargers, and a sunshade.
Okay,
the console storage listed right there. You look at all that storage. That storage is amazing.
There. No, yeah.
Everywhere storage.
Infotainment.
LED lights.
Kia loves putting those in
all
cars.
Sorts of things. That's another of the... I don't write...
It's a different kind of the interior, the Napa leather
Napa
seats.
leather interior. Mm-hmm. I have always... Mood lighting. I like
64 different interior colors for your...
Whatever mood you're in. We don't have to watch that.
We don't have to watch that. Dual sunroof. A lot of people are having that nowadays.
And it's not bad looking.
All of a sudden, people in the back need to fucking,
have leg room. That's probably why people get SUVs.
Now, it does look like an impressive car, SUV for a Kia. I definitely think that, for the money, it's definitely a car that could be good for your family, that's looking for a bigger ride.
Absolutely, if you're into the SUV thing. Mm-hmm. Kia is moving up, and Hyundai is taking inspiration from a volcano.
Okay, not usually where I find my inspiration.
Yes, stay on the photo here, and we'll go down as needed. This is their brand new concept. You can scroll through the pictures here. I have a lot of information on this. It is a moving air purifier. We'll get to the controls in a little bit. It is inspired from cars from the 20s and the 30s. 90% of the interior with minimal distractions. So when you go to the interior up there,
it's a very nice looking car. Kind of reminds me of like a Porsche, like a 911.
And the wheels look different because they're designed to vent air onto the brakes to cool them.
This is the car equivalent to a Butterface. What is that? See, right here, okay, you kind of had me.
It had me there.
What is that?
It kind of, you know what?
What is that?
It'll grow on you. Wait till you see
Like
the
a
steering.
fungus?
No. Wait till you see the steering. Digital light pixels. This is the digital light pixels that represent how digitized they are as a company. You'll see this on the lights, the next slide of lights that are here.
This is the digital LEDs you were talking about or something?
This is the digital LED lights that are done in a representation of pixels. There's a video at the bottom where he goes over all this stuff. You can find this story on autoblog.com. It represents how digitized they are as a company. I think it sounds stupid, but it's a good idea. They say that there's a lot of detail in this car that they say has been forgotten in most cars.
Okay. Fair enough, man. I mean, I know a lot of people probably, forgetting about minor different little things like that may have come out in, earlier cars.
So, what do you see different about the interior of this one?
Besides, there's no steering wheel?
Yes. They're going with a joystick from the Saab 70. Remember, the Saab 70 was the one that had that weird steering joystick? They're going with the joystick. Go to the next slide. We can get a better view.
That doesn't really make me feel all that confident.
The floor is inspired by the topography of a volcano.
All right. I've seen better.
You know what? It's very futuristic look.
Have they been watching Demolition Man?
I think they have. The joystick is, I don't know how I'd get used to that. That is such an innovative concept. I don't know if I like it or not.
I don't.
The pedals are very concept car.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like that.
It's very minimalistic, very futuristic.
Okay. See,
And what is that?
Magenta?
Cyan?
That's a cyan. A blue, like it's light blue.
A light blue with multicolored shading.
You know what? Now I don't mind the outside. I don't mind the outside at all now.
Once you see the inside, if you go down, they have a link and we can look at the Saab from the past.
Lord. Fuck. Ew.
Click on the Saab and we'll look at the Saab. Oh, Hemmings. This is
the
not
engine that it was restored at. And
there it is. The same exact thing.
Gee. Like, if it didn't
Saab
work back then,
9000.
what could go wrong? Let's add it in a car now. It worked back then.
But with this Saab had all sorts of wires and stuff and controls that went from the steering joystick to the wheels, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Hyundai will not. It's all digital. A digital signal just sent to the wheels to turn the car.
So there's no mechanical actual connection. It's all electrical.
No.
But that's actually...
It does look like it's aimed more at the millennial generation, trying to do a different thing. See if it...
I mean, that's more and more common not to have a mechanical linkage anymore. Nobody really likes it, but it's the way it's going.
It will be an all-electric car. They said the outside is for fluidity of form and smoothness of shape.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's an ugly interior, which I
would imagine they're going to have options, and it's not all going to look like
I never thought I would come around that quickly on the exterior of a car.
You know what? I like the exterior. I like it. It's different.
It's got a nice shape.
And it purifies the air.
I'm not crazy about those headlights, but...
I'd like to see the statistics on their air purification
wheels.
system. You see their fluidity of design that they're talking about with the black on black.
Well, it just looks like they stole the idea of, turbines for the wheels.
Yeah. That is what they do. They cool the brakes.
I mean, it's nice. You got this... You got the suicide door in the back.
At the very bottom of this, there's a
wide.
video with the guy. He explains all I just explained, and in listening to him talk about it,
that one right there.
that's an ad for auto insurance. We can go on to the Hyundai Elantra Hybrid.
And
This is the Hyundai Elantra Hybrid.
somebody's been watching Pimp My Ride.
You know what? It's you don't see it. Man, look at that. That's got to be a different car. Man,
That's
look
a-
at that paint.
It's a back end only a
Ooh.
mother could love.
That everyone's going for few. And what's with the fin? It's a convertible for those of you playing. The
Seriously,
home
what's
game.
with the alfalfa cowlick?
Yeah, it has a fin, kind of like the Batmobile,
Yeah.
except in that weird bluish color.
It just doesn't.
It is a hybrid. It'll get 50 miles to. Whoa! Look at those lights.
Yeah.
They're very angular and long.
Very, yeah.
Ooh.
A lot of Demolition Man lights here today.
Someone has been watching sci-fi during the Korean quarantine.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Wow. Oh,
It has-
God damn. Go back to the drawing board.
The interior is very innovative with a clear center console
This interior didn't work for Volkswagen.
and a
As a design and color scheme, it didn't work for Apple. Just leave it in the
and
past.
kind of a I've eaten too much. That's a very green
I've
yellow.
eaten a lot of vegetables.
I've eaten
Yeah.
way too many vegetables and I'm dehydrated pea color.
Yeah.
That they went.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to sell it here
Very
for you,
specific.
Hyundai.
That's very
I
specific.
really like the other car.
And on that note,
Ooh.
Chris Bristow is watching, says, ding. And Connor
Yeah,
says,
let's
one
wait 8
punch.
seconds till he sees the inside of this car.
He's-
This car is something.
yeah, and it's just,
They are making
Oh.
They are taking chances and designing different stuff. You will stand out from the crowd
This
when
is
you
the
buy
same
this
kind of
Hyundai.
chance of trying to, climb a sheer rock face with dental floss as your safety rope.
Yeah, well, it's innovative and it will go down as one of the most unique cars.
Somebody's been watching Doctor Strange.
Yes, everybody has to get inspiration where they can.
Those
It has a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine with a 32 kilowatt electric motor, producing 139 horsepower, they claim.
manual?
195 torques. Yes, it looks like that is a manual. The other car had the 7-speed.
Well, I actually have slightly more respect for it.
And it'll also come with a 2-liter engine option,
Okay.
so you can get more punch.
Give it a
For
little
instead of
balls.
139 horsepower, you get 147 and you get fewer torques wound in there with 132. That's a bizarre gauge cluster.
I know that's mainly optical illusion, but that is
Yeah.
probably what it looks like if you're drunk.
Yeah, you might see two then.
So
It's
yeah, man,
a very
it's a interesting,
different car.
interesting car, I would say.
Up next, they're going to shoot for the stars. This is a sneak peek at the brand new Hyundai i30N hatchback. The next story. First look.
There we go. There's a lot of Hyundai and Korean. There's something in the
Yes,
water over
they apparently have been getting a lot of work done during their quarantine. This is the first look at their brand new hot hatch.
there. They should have paid the bill. It wouldn't have got
Yes.
repoed.
It will have a 2.3 liter turbo engine that will produce about 390 horsepower.
Somebody got to talk
With
to...
an additional 80 horsepower on top of that from an electric engine.
That's what I get from these two pictures. It's like, holy shit, did somebody not pay the bill? Oh my god, there he goes.
That is what test shots are look like. It's odd that they don't have that crazy paint,
Yeah.
black and white paint they have on it, like the military urban camouflage.
I mean, this is where you can start to see where they got their... Hey, maybe we could go even crazier with these taillights. Like, that's okay.
Those taillights look really good.
That's why in the
compared-
concept, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm gonna do
Compared
it.
to the headlights on the other one, that looks really good. So, for the next story, would you ever let Link drive your car?
If he grew thumbs. Well, longer thumbs.
How about would you let him drive a Buick at 100 miles an hour?
If it's not mine.
This guy thought it was a good idea to let his dog drive his Buick. On one of the other links, it shows they showed him in the passenger seat with the dog driving.
Wow, a LeSabre too. That is a very, very iconic Buick because I've
what?
driven in them, like,
You know what?
great
I
cars.
bet you the Buick, they could drive it away.
They're great cars.
They
too.
probably could drive the thing away after the accident. Their cars, literally, there's the photo. They say he's facing speeding charges,
No
even though
way.
he was a passenger.
I mean, what are they going to do? Charge the dog?
Well, they'd have to charge the owner. Is that a video of him going down I-95?
Yes, it is.
Or I-5? Let's kill the sound. The guy with the dog driving the Buick. There you go.
So, a pursuit
I'll have to
involving
say-
a dog in the driver's seat. I bet you the person who got to type that out was like, yes. Yes.
You know what? For a dog, he's a pretty good driver.
Probably just set the cruise control out, imagine. Let the dog in the
Oh
driver's
yeah, there's no
seat.
way his feet. Unless it's like a Great Dane. I didn't see
Still.
what type of dog it was, but if it was a Great Dane, he probably could do the
Even-
pedals.
Yeah, even still, that's still quite impressive. For
That is very impressive for a dog.
'cause
The
I gotta
guy
imagine-
is probably going to go to jail.
51-year-old man was driving
Over
his
100
96
miles an
Buick
hour.
LeSabre. Allegedly struck two vehicles. How do you allegedly strike two vehicles? That seems kind of definitive.
Well, it's almost like the dog was driving. Go up. I really like that. That is a really loud shirt. Wow.
Oh my God, we're not looking.
Ooh.
We're not.
Anyway.
We're not shopping. So
Buick. Next, we have a story about how Buick is going in a different direction.
all right.
Okay, click on that. That's the carpet of the new Buick GL8 that's going to China. There should be photos here of the interior. Yes. They're going with a luxury minivan look
They,
for the Chinese market.
They still buy minivans over there in China. I mean, it looks like a minivan.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
They're going for
Looks
top-notch luxury seating.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, they're going all around luxury. It looks like a sweet ride.
I mean, honestly,
There
like,
are
hey,
or there were a lot of people. There are a lot of people over there in China,
Like,
and they
hey,
like
Mom,
a lot of room.
Could you
There's a
take me and my date to the prom in the van? You want to take your date to a prom in a van? Yeah, your van. Yeah, I'm gonna look like a boss rolling up in that shit. I mean, look at these fucking seats, man. They probably got like heated seats in there. Masseuse,
Oh yeah,
fucking
they're going all out. The
bidet.
They love the probably not in the minivan.
Okay, right. There's no bidet in the minivan.
No.
All right.
Yeah. Title of the podcast.
Decent interior though. I mean, we
With
go
a
back
lot
to
of
this one.
intricate detail. They love a lot of leg room. They love a lot of storage space. This has got everything for them. This should go great in the Chinese market.
Although
they
if it
just-
drives like a classic
Chinese,
minivan,
Japan.
if you haven't had the pleasure to drive a minivan, if you get a nice suspension, a decent engine in a minivan, like you could have some fun. Like Toyota Previa, I will always bless that minivan. It was a 4-cylinder rear-wheel drive van, and it was a blessing. To access the engine, you had to actually lift up the driver's seat.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
you
I
had
knew
to
a guy who
valve
had one
oil,
of them.
do the spark plugs.
He
It
was
great.
so bizarre.
Turbo Troy had one, and he blew out the rear on his way to work one day, and it was such awesome. We used to drift to school in it. It was amazing. So don't go putting it off like, oh, Matt, man, it's a minivan. Calm down. If your mom drove you to school in this fucking minivan, I bet you love minivans.
Yeah.
I bet you that has fucking entertainment systems in there and shit, or at least the option.
And another company like Buick is Cadillac. And here we get a new first look at Cadillac's new flagship electric vehicle.
The grill of this car looks like it has a secret to tell you, and it doesn't want to tell.
And it almost looks like the back kind of has fins. Very large pillars.
Kind
in
of
the
looks like
back.
a hearse on the back there, right? Or like, well, maybe more like a fastback kind of.
I could see people making them into a, well, maybe not a limo, but generally it's what they do. Just turn them into limos. There's no performance details yet given. It'll be an all-electric vehicle, and this is what they're pinning the hopes of the
They're
of
using.
the future on.
I actually heard they're using the FM engine.
Okay.
Fucking magic.
Okay. A magic engine. Man, American innovation at its finest. I love it.
They've been watching Magicians. They got the handle on it now.
But apparently, there's a very legendary engine that everyone loves. It's a 500 horsepower V8 Blackwing engine. 2.4 liter V8. It was in the CT6. They say this performance engine will not die. They're going to make performance versions of the CT4 and the CT5, which I think are smaller cars.
I mean, you get a good engine, a good V8 engine, 500 horsepower, absolutely.
Some engines are legendary and live on in everything.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just get it right, man.
Absolutely. Alfa Romeo, were you thinking of getting the Giulietta, whatever it is?
Giulietta? No.
Giulietta? Well, they're ending it
I can see why.
this year. It's an Alpha, and it's going to be eliminated. So
Yeah.
this is a last look at this
I
ugly,
want to say we've talked about this.
sporty looking. It looks fun, like all Alphas. I like the look of it.
Yeah, I want to say that we've mentioned this car before because I remember
It looks
that rear
like a
end.
nice car, but I guess the market just isn't there.
I
for
never forget a
Italian
good or sometimes bad rear, but I mean that's not a bad looking.
You know
rear
what?
end.
We've
It's
seen
better than the front.
we've seen worse today. We've
Yeah.
seen worse.
We have, especially today. Whew, rough. So, what else Alpha has cooking? I know that's not grammatically correct, but we're still going to go with it.
Oh, I forgot to write this one down. I have no idea.
So, an Alfa Romeo Stelvio GTA will never happen. So,
Excellent. I must have let's look at the picture. Why? That's probably why I selected this.
The
story.
Giulia GTA, a new high-performance version of the acclaimed Giulia sedan, designed.
Oh, so they're just letting us know this bitchin' car. We're not going to do that. Oh,
Yeah, so this
wow!
This is the
Man,
impressive.
look at that!
That's the impressive Alpha
Oh,
you will never get.
don't do that to me. Oh.
Yeah. Now that's exactly what they do. Like, hey, man,
Okay,
we
I
had
have
this great idea.
after this, I do have a palate cleanser.
I got nothing bad to say about this car. It actually looks really nice. I like the look of it. Nice, classic LED.
Oh yeah,
strip,
that car looks
tail
hot.
lights, headlights.
I
looking
love
good as
the
well.
front.
Mhm.
It has fantastic styling. That is what you want from an Alpha.
Yeah, man.
Who cares if in 50,000 miles you're gonna spend a lot of time on the back of a tow truck?
But you know what? We're never
From
gonna
what
have
I
to
hear.
worry about that now.
This is a good palate cleanser. What do you think of tricycles?
I haven't been on one since I was very young. The GX3 concept.
Yes, this is the Volkswagen GX3 concept. It's a tricycle. It was done in 2006. It is 1,300 pounds. It does not have airbags. It does not have doors. It has lights. It was built to compete with the Miata. I don't know how it would compete with the Miata. It's a tricycle. It goes from 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds with 46 miles per gallon because there's not really anything there.
Very roadster like, you know.
Yes, it's
So-
like that.
It's a niche market.
Oh,
It's got,
that,
probably got
That
Probably
British.
drives like a
what's the
dream.
name of that British company that makes the wooden cars? Hammond loves them. I can't remember their name. They made that and they covered it on
That's not bad.
Top Gear. Yeah, it looks very Volkswagen. It's probably very
roadster,
reliable
Very much. It kind of reminds me of like
and
a
very
Thing.
expensive to
Yeah.
get fixed when it gets very
It kind of
old.
reminds me of like reminiscent of the Thing in the interior. You know, it's very weird. It's not something that you would normally think. Yeah, I would want this, but yeah, I'd want that. That's a pretty nice looking ride.
It would be fun. It'd be a
Oh,
very
yeah.
fun car.
Drive on the back roads on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That'd be
So, if I wanted a place to park that tricycle, Who would I go to?
Well, I got to tell you, man, you would go right over here to Caitlin Carezzi with Carezzi Real Estate. Are you looking for a garage? More importantly, a home to go with that garage so you could park your Volkswagen GX3 concept. If you're that lucky bastard, you want to go over to Keller Williams, kellerwilliams.com. You'll find Caitlin Carezzi with the Carezzi Real Estate Team located over at 1400 North Providence Road, Building 2, Suite 1000, Media PA 19063. Caitlin is a Delco native, loves what she does as a realtor, and she specializes in assisting first-time home buyers who aren't sure where to start. So if she relishes the excitement in what comes in walking them through step by step in the process, and if as our local real estate team, Caitlin and her team are licensed in PA, New Jersey, and Delaware. We will work with buyers, sellers, and would love to help with any and all real estate needs. Go over to www.ccarezzi.kw.com, which is where we are here, and find your dream home.
KW.com. Find your dream home today.
So you can hop on over there, find the home that you are going to park your Ferrari in, and maybe
or your limited edition Audi RS3, one of only 200 cars with 400 horsepower.
Now that's something I would want to get the Carezzi Real Estate Team on, and just getting me a home for that, and getting me that car.
It is limited edition, limited to 200, 400 horsepower, 2.5 liter engine, 5-liter engine, 5-cylinder, 7-speed manual transmission. Oh wait, no, 7-speed automatic transmission.
Bum, 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 bum.
That would be fun. You'd be in the Fast and Furious.
Yeah. So
it comes in gray. It is about 61. It's about 61, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It looks like it'll be a killer.
Nice.
19 miles faster than the standard RS3.
Okay.
Get yours at an Audi dealership today.
Very nice looking.
Or
Audi.
whenever it goes on sale.
Audis always have that classic
one of only
look.
200. So this one will probably be collectible.
Yeah.
But only if you get all the options.
And then
no wussing out.
Genesis.
Not the band.
Yeah.
So just like Ford was talking about doing with the Mustang, this is the Genesis. They're going for an all-new line, including a wagon and several cars with non-traditional body styles. Let's roll down.
They forgot to turn on the lights.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
This is one of their concepts. Go to one of the side views. This is something out of future. What? The Koreans have been watching a lot of sci-fi. That is... Describe that car for me. It's got like an air scoop on the front.
Yeah, it's got kind
it's
of
got
like
these very complicated wheels. It's got like a bubble.
Kind of like an old roadster body style to it, to where it's very low, like an S2000. And the back end comes in like a Porsche.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very rounded, very curvy. It's got a low height. It's very small, but that gives it a low center of gravity. And you got to look at the wheel, the width of the wheelbase to really see if it's going to have enough to really stick in those corners. So,
although it looks like it's going to be a competitor.
Very slick, angular looking front end.
There is more. They also have a mini electric vehicle concept.
The grill here kind of looks like you just
big
told it.
Triangular air scoop to hold it down on the road.
It looks like you just told it the funniest joke that it's ever heard in its life.
Yes.
So it's very, very different. Very, very different.
Next down is the electric vehicle.
Mint.
With a non-traditional body style.
And you can you can shred your cheese on your rims there.
Mini electric vehicle. It's very. It got an infection and it got that necrotizing fasciitis on the back, and they had to amputate.
Ate it away. Yeah.
Yeah, it had a horrible disease. From the front there, it doesn't look bad.
No, that looks horrible. What are you doing? Is that supposed
to?
The
lights are bizarre, but you know, I think kind of like it a little bit for a futuristic Korean look.
That's very Korean. I
Very.
kinda do like the rims.
I really like those rims.
They're neat. Yeah.
They're really cool rims. Did they
It's
hire
interesting.
Chip Foose? I guess not.
I mean, it's definitely interesting, but Genesis going in different directions there.
The next up, we have the Infiniti Red Spot. I mean, Red Sport, not the Spot. It is an all-wheel drive Infiniti
Q50.
Q50. It'll have a 3-liter V6 twin-turbo engine producing 400 horsepower. 350 torques are wound in there with 19-inch rims. Dual-tipped exhaust, about 60 is what you'll get it for. 60-ish.
See, now that car looks perturbed from the front end.
26 miles to the gallon highway, 19 city, but really, if you're buying this for the miles to the gallon, you're buying the wrong car.
Yeah. That
This
car
is a
looks like it's in a
powerful
hurry.
car, it
you know?
seems like.
It looks aggressive. It looks like it's in a hurry. It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's saying, "Get out of my way!" Like the car really, and then the rims, love that. I know they're just going for a shot there. But
It's a
really,
nice looking car overall, and I've been in Infinitis before.
it's
Fantastic interior.
all-wheel drive too, which is always
Oh yeah,
important.
that'd be fantastic everywhere. They might even make a rally car. I hope if they're doing an all-wheel drive. Why make an all-wheel drive if you're not going to rally that sucker? Maybe a bit too heavy for that.
I don't want to rally
Here we have an interesting look at the Jeepster.
that. Interesting's a word for it.
This was a 1998 concept.
I'm glad it stayed that way.
It is a roadster, a sport roadster crossover. It has a 4.7 liter V8 with a 4-speed manual transmission. Let's look at some of that bean footage. It's very sleek. There should the arrow there. Should.
Yeah. Not working.
All right. Well, that's what it looks like. 2 seats. Very
Little
sleek.
pop-out handle there.
It's like if you took the what's that, silly putty, and you pulled it back. There we go.
There we go. No, I'm happy.
Wow, it's a convertible.
I'm
Man,
just happy with
rounded
that.
back end looks like they're going
we
for
go.
a beach buggy look. The photos are even taken on the beach.
Once
The
again,
front
don't
end
show
it
me
looks
that
like a
back
very
end.
traditional Jeep style.
Yeah, I mean, California beach time.
Oh, yeah,
neighborhood.
Very wow.
It should stay.
It looks kind of hot rod like.
It should
there.
definitely stay on the page.
I like when people try things new and different.
They're just owned by Fiat, so I know it would fail.
Okay, well, Mr. Downer. Now we can look at Mazda. Mazda's been around for 100 years, by the way, don't you know?
Oh, no way.
100 years! They're going with retro-style special editions for this anniversary of every type. That there is the very first car, which was the R360. They first started making motorcycles and then went to cars. Available in Japan
There
through
you
March 21st.
That's what I was
For about
looking for.
300,000 yen. I don't know if that's a lot. It sounds like a lot.
Oh, probably back at that time it was.
No, the
Or
new
it was
one,
affordable. I don't know.
It could be the new one is that much. I don't.
I like that. I like that.
I
angular
like
roof
I like both of
hood
them.
right there.
As a classic car, you get that. Most people would. Whoa, those are teeny tiny little wheels.
Yeah,
It's
those
got
are
Smarties for
five.
wheels.
Those are 5s. They actually
That would be so much fun to drive.
the stock wheel is actually made by Lego.
But
Airless tires. It's just all rubber. Yeah.
that would be awesome. It has to have nothing more than like
100 years. Some. Those are nice looking rims. Really twisted kind of helicopter blade style. Nice
sharp
nice 8-spoke.
looking wheels.
Yeah.
I do like what Mazda is putting out.
That's a nice interior right there. Manual transmission.
Absolutely, the
nice
special
red.
edition for their 100th anniversary. Red interior,
That
white
nice dark
exterior,
red
convertible,
leather.
manual transmission, and like all Mazdas, zoom.
Screen and
What
then your
we
controls.
all want.
Screen up there, controls right here. Really, it I got no problems with Mazdas.
They have
man.
really
They're good.
changed people's thoughts on the Miata the last few years when they redesigned it. Everyone, I think, I started to think about it vastly different.
Yeah, man.
100
100
years,
years.
Congratulations, Mazda.
Absolutely. Well deserved. So.
Now we have something. Is that another? That's not Mazda. Oh, yeah. They have many. I think there's more pictures here. We'll go on beyond this.
Oh. Well, then they're not that important.
That's what it looks like there. It's the car.
All right.
It's very nice looking.
And then
Next,
Ford.
this is what the Ford Interceptor could have looked like. This could have been pulling you over at some point. When you were speeding, this is the concept. There should be more photos. This was the concept in 07. They went for Dodge.
So that was before quarantine.
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
Pan down so people can give a...
I imagine this is part of the pandemic.
Look, they should have alternate
That's where it started right there.
Photos.
Yeah, that's where the pandemic started.
It
right
was
there.
too similar to the Dodge that was put out around the same time, so
Yeah.
they canned it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm about to say it does look like the 300C. Yeah.
Ooh. Yep. I like it from that angle only.
From the side, the
From the
back
side,
end's not bad.
That's it. The back is
That-
not
That
horrible.
back
The
end's not
front,
horrible, but that front is.
I don't know what they were doing with the front end. The hood is fine, just like the front fender and bumper. What are you doing there?
Yeah, I'd hate to see it coming, but I'd more than be happy to see it leave and never.
The
come back.
first time you'd probably laugh.
That's interesting.
That's very minimalist.
We're here. There we
Oh,
go.
there we go. We're
Main
back up
viewer.
and running.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Lugnutz. Here we are again.
Yeah, main viewer had a problem, but I do have a problem with that interior and how minimalist it is. Unless you get Jarvis.
It looks like you could very easily rinse it out.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
Unless you get Jarvis with that bitch, nah. I know it's
Well,
probably
they
made for-
whoa, those
Lord.
are economy seats.
You can't tell me that's comfortable.
That's 4-point seatbelt harness.
Well,
They
you got
mean to get in some.
You got little vents for your ass, so
They
that way
look.
your ass
They
can
look
cool down.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah, they do. Oh my god.
Wow, and a center console in the back.
All right, get in the back. Shoot me. No, I don't want to. I don't want to sit on that. No. Oh god.
Big old Ford engine.
That's almost. Yeah, it just kind of looks. Well, obviously it looks fake, but it just. I don't like it.
Well, they didn't go for it, and in these strange times, now we go to 5 strange concepts. Special edition AMG. That obviously is a Miata. First, we had the AMG Gremlin Levi's edition.
Okay.
Wow. Dad had a Gremlin. He did not have the Levi's edition.
Okay. Yeah. That is very. Yeah.
Don't you want the jeans to go with your Levi's edition?
Oh, because it's got rivets. Because
Gremlin?
it's made by Levi's. No way. Wow.
Yeah.
All the kids would be crowding around, and you would have been the
Absolutely.
cool guy.
Next, we have Volkswagen. They were doing
I love this. It's jorts for cars.
Up next, we have the Volkswagen Rock and Roll Edition.
Does it come
They
with
made-
Guitar Hero?
No, but they made special editions for 1994 Pink Floyd, 1995 The Stones, and 1996 they were going to do it for Bon Jovi.
Oh.
This one
Yeah.
is the Bon Jovi one. Clearly, they went with a what's the little one called? I don't remember.
Oh, the Cabrio?
The Cabrio. Apparently, Bon Jovi is a lot like a Cabrio.
I'd go with that.
Up next, we have the Mazda MX-5 Le Mans edition.
That looks very...
It is very much orange and green
Yeah.
with white dashed lines in between, kind of like a checker.
Is that like a country's flag or something?
It looks like they didn't know how to draw the Jamaican flag, so they just went, I'll wing it. And they just sort of guessed. They did a really horrible job at that.
Oh.
But up next, we have the AMG Hornet.
AMC Hornet Gucci edition. Oh, yeah. It's all Gucci on
They
the
actually
inside.
made 5,000 of these.
That's impressive. That is
5,000 of these.
I wonder if
This is an estate car or a wagon, as we call
Yep,
it.
70s. About to say, that is a 70s
Yeah,
looking
that's
picture.
very 70s. I wonder how many
Yeah. Open up Motor Trend back then,
Gucci
you would have saw
AMG
that.
Hornets are left. That's
Probably
probably
not
worth
many.
a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Whew, that's definitely something else.
Oh, and the Warner Brothers edition Chevy Venture.
I
I
have seen
remember
these.
these commercials.
I have definitely seen these cars come into the dealership as well. And it was supposed to be revolutionary for its time.
It has the revolutionary
because
thing
it had
was a
the
video
entertainment
screen.
and it was a VHS. Yeah, and it was VHS. All the kids could be listening to it, and they were like,
And the
yes.
kids shut up.
And this
Put
is where
on
it started,
cartoons.
man. And they were like, yeah, no, we're not doing that shit. Put a DVD player in that bitch and make that screen bigger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now, how many kids can't go, oh, I have to... Parents will say up and down, oh, I have to have the entertainment system in my van for little Jimmy.
No entertainment system in the Gucci. The big green Gucci.
No, you didn't need it back then. And it probably didn't have cup holders, I would imagine.
No, I don't see any cup holders. And
Bench
that's-
front seat there. Yeah, man. That
If
meant
the
risky,
driver needs to go closer, you're going closer
that meant
too.
risky driving over there.
Oh,
And of
yeah.
course, if you have any of these cars that we mentioned, or you're
And you
buying any of these cars that we mentioned in these podcasts, you want a place to park it with old Keller Williams, and you want to hop on over here to Caitlin Carezzi with the Carezzi real estate deals. And yeah, man, they'll help you in PA, New Jersey, and Delaware find a home to park your Gremlin. Levi's Edition Gremlin.
Levi's edition Gremlin.
Yeah,
You got to admit, you'd love to see what it looks like today.
absolutely.
Probably
Especially
in a mint
especially
machine.
restored. That would probably be
There you
really good. You can hop on over here, pjnwh.com, and you'll find this podcast with its crazy title, as well as other podcasts. We want you to make sure you watch out for Matt Kennedy's The Black Opinionated Podcast, as well as he is doing a little bit of game streaming now on the Facebooks, and he's taglined as the Not So Good Gamer. So he's
Okay.
been very heavily out there with the quarantine going on. And we also want to bring attention to us, Triforce Podcast, coming to you live tomorrow night. We'll see you then. And old hero of time napping in the on the side here. And remember, it doesn't matter if you have a Pinto or a Levi's Gremlin. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, boys and
And
girls.
we'll see you tomorrow on another quarantine podcast.
Absolutely. See you then.
Thank you. It'll get 50 miles to... Whoa, look at those lights. Apparently have been getting a lot of work done during their quarantine.
The grill of this car looks like it has a secret to tell you, and it doesn't want to tell.
What do you think of tricycles?
I haven't been on one since I was very young. Genesis. Not the band.
Genesis, not the band. Koreans have been watching a lot of sci-fi.
The stock wheel is actually made by Lego. Oh, I have to have the entertainment system in my van for little Jimmy.
No.
Pizza. Oh, pizza. Cuckoo.
This is the Volkswagen X3. This is the Volkswagen. Read the words on the
screen.
fucking screen. That's very minimalist.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look like it has a radio, but
I don't know what happened to our screen there. Try turning it off and turning it back on again.
how many should I do?
Point that down a little bit more.
Infinity's red spots.
Especially with this fucking... It should be down more because
I'll do one more.
sitting at the... There we go. I felt like I was sitting at the bottom of it like a little kid.
Hi,
I'd like to come up to the podcast.
Yeah.
And done. So, you know one thing that's really cool? These end segments, man, because now you're going to be able to subscribe right here. Of course, we always want you to go over to that, right over there by him, mash that like button. Hit the subscribe button right here. You're going to find the best video for you right here. And then you're going to find every other Lugnutz podcast right there in the playlist. Thank you all for watching. Drive on.
Bye.